Hi, welcome. I'm going to talk about the number needed to treat, how to calculate the number needed to treat. It's also referred to as NNT. So NNT is a really great measure for clinicians. You're giving a treatment to your patients and you want to know how many you needed to treat in order to have saved one person's life. The lower the NNT, the better. So for example, if NNT equals 1, that means every person you give that treatment to, you've saved their life. And then if NNT is, say, 1,000, you needed to treat 1,000 people in order to have saved one person's life. So the lower the NNT, the better. I'm going to go through how to calculate this with a simple example. We have 15,000 people that were enrolled into a study. 7,000 were treated and 8,000 were in the control group. Of the 7,000 that were treated, only 4 died, and then of the 8,000 that were in the control group, 80 died. So we can see here that this treatment is working. So we know that we have saved people. People in the treatment group, had they been in the control group, they would have died, but because they were treated, they were saved. So in order to answer the question for the number needed to treat, how many do I need to treat in order to save one person's life, first I have to figure out, of these 7,000 people, how many people were saved. Okay, so in order to figure out how many people were saved, first we need to think about, well, what's the death rate? What would have happened to these 7,000 people had they not been treated? So we can use the control data to figure that out. We can figure out the event rate in the control data. So we'll call that control event rate, or CER. And in this case, the event rate is 80 over 8,000. So 80 over 8,000, which is 1 in 100. 1 in 100 are expected to die from this disease. And there are 7,000 people in the treatment group. So had the treated group not been treated, we would have expected 70 people to die. However, they were treated, and so we only saw 4 people die, so that means 66 were saved. So to save 66 people, we had to treat 7,000 people. So 7,000 people were treated in order to save 66 people. So the number needed to treat, remember, asks the question, how many people do we need to treat in order to save one person? So we can set this up as an equation where we see here, so we have 66 people saved over the 7,000 that are treated. Okay, so to save one person, how many people, X, unknown X, need to be treated? If I were to rearrange this equation and solve for X, I'll have 7,000 divided by 66, which is approximately 106 people. So in order to save one person's life, we had to treat 106 people.